Hello and welcome. My name is Sonia Ross. I'm a spiritual psychotherapist, an intuitive messenger, and an author. And this is the weekly Metatron message for the week of July 1st, but it doesn't matter when you hear it. Whenever you hear it and are drawn to it, it's the right time for you. So we're going to begin. Welcome to July. You're halfway through the year. I hope that you have been in a reflective place, a healing place, and a place that's helping you to access more and more parts of yourself that are loving and kind. Okay, so we're going to begin. Trying to see here, make sure my lighting is okay. Okay, well, that should be fine. Okay, so as you listen to the sound of my voice, I just want you to begin to take a deep breath wherever you are. Just begin to take some nice, long, slow, deep breaths, and attune yourself to the sound of my voice and the energy of Archangel Metatron. And we are going to see what messages he has for us this week of love, guidance, healing, and transformation. I haven't pulled the cards yet, so I'm going to do that here with you as I tune into his energy as well, the energy of this being. And just begin taking some nice breaths. If your eyes are open, if you can do that, just slow your breathing down and listen to the sound of my voice. And if you're in a quieter place where it's possible for you to close your eyes, then go ahead and do that as well. Just attune yourself to the sound of your own breathing, your own breath. And just allow the calmness of your natural state to come forward and be present with you. As you breathe, just envision, imagine yourself becoming attuned to the energy of Archangel Metatron and the messages he has for you today. Okay, so as you continue to breathe and set your intention, I will begin shuffling, asking for guidance for the week of July 1st from Archangel Metatron and any other angelic forces of the highest light and for the highest good who would like to come forward and speak with us today. Okay. I love these cards. If you're new to my video, I am using the Amanda Ellis Self-Mastery Oracle. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The other deck that I use is the interactive card deck. That is a psychotherapy deck based on internal family systems. And I will be using the angel number deck. And also I'll be using the 22 Archangel Oracle by Kyle Gray. All of the decks I use will be posted in the link. And we'll post it in the description box below. So continue to breathe and attune yourself to your own breath. Allow yourself to calm down, maybe for the first time today. Allow yourself to be centered and grounded. Know that you are well and you are loved, regardless of what's happening in your life. All is as it should be. All is as it should be. I feel like I want to shuffle one more time. I've broken this deck in very nicely, so now it shuffles beautifully. Okay. Archangel Metatron, please speak to us. Give us your wisdom for healing and transformation and whole body health, they're saying. We invoke you in this present moment for the highest good and the highest light and the transformation for all who hear this video now and in the future on any timeline. And so it is, and so shall it be. Okay, so we're going to begin. Remember that you are loved, you are guided by the angels, they're always around you, but they will never interfere with your free will though. So to engage with them, you have to call on them. You have to call on them, you have to invoke them. You have to say, as Kyle Gray says, you don't need to know their names. Kyle Gray says, just put your hand across your heart and say, my angel, please come to me now with your guidance and your wisdom. Continue to breathe as you tune into your own energy. See if you can notice your own light body, the vibration of your own light body against your skin. It'll feel like a nice hum. And that's who you really are. That nice hum is who you really are as a multidimensional energy being who's currently having a physical experience. Okay. So we're going to begin. Let's see what Archangel Metatron and the angels have for us today. This is for July 1st or whenever you are drawn to read, to listen to this. Okay. So if you're new to this, I use a 7-card spread. Each card does not signify a day of the week. Each card, it's an overall message. It's an overall message for us from Archangel Metatron and the angelic realm. Okay. So we're first going to begin with the first card, and that is the void. Retreat, rest, and pause. Okay. Retreat, rest, and pause. So that makes sense because I don't know about you, June is very intense. Not in a negative way, but there was a lot of energy in certain parts of the world were having heat waves, and they were having a heat wave here in the United States. So June was intense. So the first message for the first week of July is the void. Retreat, rest, and pause. The second card is yellow, joy and happiness. Okay, joy and happiness. Okay. Letting go, the time for release. Letting go, the time for release. Fly, air, fly free. Fly free. Beautiful. Okay. Priorities, building blocks for life. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Oh, white, purity and innocence. Okay, so we have 2 cards that have a lot of white in it. Okay. White is about purity and innocence and things being cleansed. There we go. Purity and innocence, white. And then lastly is karma, untying the knots. Untying the knots. Okay. So first, give you my initial impressions. Well, the first thing I'm getting is that for this week, Archangel Metatron wants us to find moments of joy, because this yellow is shining very, very brightly for me. And so this week, Archangel Metatron wants us to find moments of joy, moments of joy. Okay. And this card has a lot of yellow too. Priorities, the building blocks of life. And we have a lot of wings this time. Yeah, the bird has wings. The white, purity and innocence has wings. The priorities has wings. So there's a definite essence of, expanding so that we can fly free. Okay. So let's go in right now and let's begin to have our conversation with Archangel Metatron and the angels and see what Archangel Metatron has to say with us. So Archangel Metatron, what would you like to say about the void? What would you like to say about the void? What would you like to say about the void? Rest, retreat, and pause. What would you like to say about the void, Archangel? So what's coming to me now is that we've been in such a hyper state for the last 6 to 8 months. Archangel Metatron is saying a hyper state, and that we've been go, 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 move, move, move. And some of us may have felt like we couldn't rest, we couldn't retreat, we couldn't pause. And so Archangel Metatron is saying that resting, retreating, and pausing is for everyone. That living in a constant state of freneticism, being frantic in our energy, can draw more chaos to us. And so Archangel Metatron is saying it's okay to slow down and pause, rest, and retreat. So I'm receiving that when you're constantly in the sunlight, that's what they're saying, what I'm receiving, they're constantly in the sunlight of doing, you will get burned. And that you cannot always be in this state of hyper functioning, because it won't allow you to catch your breath and you'll feel like you're hyperventilating. And that for some of us, we have some anxious parts of ourselves that feel like if we rest, somehow we're a failure, or it makes us uncomfortable and we feel discomfort. But Archangel Metatron is saying through this card of the void, sometimes, because this card has come up before in one of the other other messages, that sometimes when we step into the void, we do step into what's uncomfortable, but on the other side of what's uncomfortable for us is what's actually best for us and most good, most in our highest good. Don't be afraid of the void. The void is a place of rest, reflection, contemplation, and inner knowing. But you can only get to that place if you slow down. And any message you may have received from your family, or, stressful jobs that you have to go, we have to pause and slow down, because we have to choose ourselves. Because spirit cannot communicate with us if we are constantly in a place of doing and running through life with this type of frenetic energy, spirit is saying. And when we stay in that frenetic energy, spirit says we become lost to ourselves and more disconnected from our intuition, and disconnected from our wisdom, disconnected from our inner guidance and our higher guidance. Spirit is saying that our higher self wants to communicate with us all the time, but we have to slow down to refine that connection and tune in. If you're listening to this video, one of the things that you're trying to do, Archangel Metatron is saying, is refine your vibration and really, really tune into who you are. This is a process of really, really tuning into who you are. Don't let past mistakes make you feel that now you always have to be in this hyper frenetic go mode, because things may have been not great in the past. You may have made some errors, whatever the case may be. Life happened and, you went left instead of going right. But spirit is saying, don't let that influence how you take care of yourself now. You're still worthy of being taken care of. You're still worthy of being cherished, spirit is saying. You're still worthy of being nourished, nurtured, and receiving the guidance that you deserve from the higher realms. Spirit is saying, despite any mistakes we may have made or how harshly we are judging ourselves, we are always worthy of spiritual guidance. We are always worthy of connection to our intuition, connection to our higher self and the higher realms. Don't beat yourself up because of past judgments and think that that is okay. Because spirit is saying, beating yourself up, sabotage, and self-judgment are not the things that will attune you to the higher realms and your higher self. Your higher self and the higher realms are trying to reach you. You just have to listen. And that connection is part of a deeper unfoldment process that we all are entitled to, but so few take advantage of because we don't feel worthy of it. We feel susceptible to previous thoughts, opinions, and ideas that have come up through around our ethnicity, culture, our gender, our demographic, anything that where we are prejudged, that told us we were not worthy of a redemption, of a redemptive period. But our higher self and our guides and our angels and our ancestors that are well and wise, they always want to communicate with us and have a solid connection so that we can continue to refine ourselves on our spiritual path. So this is interesting. So they're saying that anytime we take a moment to listen to ourselves, we are refining ourselves in our spiritual process and in our spiritual connection. Each moment we give ourselves is a moment of refinement. Even though things may have been turbulent at one point, the answer to that turbulence is not disconnection. Some of you may feel that you have to pay a price for some turbulence you've had in your life. And the turbulence is, and the price that you may feel that you have to pay is this frenetic energy of never being able to stop and always having to be able to go and making up for lost time and change and change and change. And Spirit is saying the nature of the journey is change. The nature of the journey is change, but it doesn't have to be turbulent change. The turbulence comes because we are not attuned to our higher self and the guidance that is there for us. And so interesting. So higher self is coming in today. So this is beautiful. Normally I don't connect with higher self. I connect with mine, but it never comes up when I'm normally reading. So Spirit is saying higher self is here for you. Archangel Metatron is saying higher self is here for you. And that by attuning yourself to your higher self, refining that connection, Spirit is saying, refining that connection, refining that vibration. You may be asking, how do we refine it? Through breathing, through meditating, through resolving our childhood traumas and wounds. That is how we establish a strong link to our higher self. Because when we're in states of anxiety and depression, that can't happen. Or it happens very, very inconsistently. And I can share that when I was going through my own healing process, my communication with Spirit was very inconsistent as well. Very spotty. And so some of you may identify with that. What else would you like to say about the void? Allow the void to transform you. Allow the void to show you who you are and allow the void to show you who you really are and what you need to rest and transform yourself and become a higher version of yourself. And again, higher guidance is here. Higher self is here. Higher self is coming forward today. It's beautiful. Remember, we all have a higher self. We all have a higher self. It's weird to say we all have an oversoul. Wonderful comment. Wonderful concepts. I love that when they bring through this type of deeper information. But you're strongly encouraged to attune yourself to your higher self. And maybe some of you want to set that as your intention this week. I think that'd be a beautiful intention, just to attune yourself to your higher self. And just continue to breathe. First, and something else I forgot to say is that as you're listening to this, I hope you'll listen to it not just once, but a couple times so that you can get the energy and the Spirit is saying the love and the healing and the transformation that it has for you. Bring out your notebooks. Write down a note of the parts that speak to you. I love it that higher self is here. Thank you so much, higher self. Anything else you want to say about the void? And higher self is saying there's no limit to how often you can go into the void. There's no limit to how often you can rest and recharge and replenish yourself and nurture yourself. Don't think that there's a time limit or there's not end date. How would you like to say that? that you can do it an unlimited number of times, but you have to remember that you are worthy of doing so. Thank you, higher self. Okay. So let's see. So now we're going to go to card number 1, yellow, joy and happiness. So already Archangel Metatron is saying joy and happiness is the fulfillment of your purpose as spirit. We all come down with different goals and intentions and strategies, things we want to cultivate, examine, explore. But ultimately, at your core, you are joy and happiness. And joy and happiness should be welcomed into your life, and know that joy and happiness is the core of who you are. And they're showing me like a code. So the code is going long ways and not horizontally. It's going vertically. And Spirit is saying that code of joy and happiness is who you are. That code of joy and happiness is who you are. What else would you like to say about this, Archangel Metatron? Joy and happiness is not for some, it is for all. Again, if you feel like you're paying a penalty for past errors or missteps or self-judgments or misdeeds, Spirit is saying, don't think the answer to that is like, okay, so you continue to punish yourself instead of just learning from your mistakes. Spirit is saying joy and happiness is who you are. It's literally the code of your energy field. It's literally the code of your energy body. It's the code of who you are and who you will always be. There is no mystery to it, but there's only self-mastery of it. Bringing down the frequency of joy and happiness in your lifetime is a profound spiritual gift and accomplishment. Don't cut yourself off from these frequencies because of past missteps. You're judging them as missteps. For the soul, there are no missteps. There is only lessons learned and higher learning. Again, there are no missteps. There's only refinement on your path. There are no mistakes. There are no accidents. All is as it should be. And I just asked a question in my mind, like, what do you do if you feel like you're not entitled to joy and happiness? And what I received is that that's what you have to cultivate. And I'm seeing Archangel Metatron, and like in my mind, he has like these huge wings, and his wings are like multicolored. That's very nice. Yeah, so they're just saying joy and happiness is your birthright. It is literally encoded in your energy body as part of who you are as a multidimensional being. You are entitled to tap into it despite whatever challenges you think that you have, despite whatever challenges you have experienced, and any misdeeds you think that you have done. It is not helpful to punish yourself by not accessing your joy and your happiness. Actually, when you access your joy and happiness, you actually begin to heal yourself and understand why you may have chose certain things at a deeper level. There is wisdom in joy and happiness. They're saying joy and happiness is not just an emotion, it's a frequency, and it's a frequency that has emotion. It's a frequency that has a message for you. What is the frequency of joy? What is the frequency of happiness? What can it teach you? What healing can it bring to your life? And again, Spirit is bringing through this message. Archangel Metatron is bringing through this message about this turbulence. If some of you are feeling very turbulent inside, that you still deserve to feel joy and happiness. And don't think that if you feel joy and happiness, you're not dealing with the turbulent aspects of your life. you can have both. You can hold both in that space. You can hold the turbulence, and then you can also hold space for the joy. And, on one thing we can do here in Earth School, Spirit is saying, is that we can punish ourselves, and we can punish ourselves, and we can punish ourselves, and we can say, oh no, I don't deserve that because I did X, Y, or Z. So my punishment now is to be very frenetic, to overwork, to not take rest, to not access my joy and not access my happiness. Okay, that makes sense. And so that's why Spirit brought through this next card of letting go. But I'm not done with the joy and happiness card. But that's why Spirit is saying we have to let go of those old belief systems, those old lower frequency, third dimensional belief systems. And the reason I'm closing my eyes so much today is that's just what I'm being guided to do, because they're taking me to a deeper place. What else would you like to say about joy and happiness? Call on the frequencies of joy and happiness. Maybe that can also be one of your intentions as well. If you don't resonate with the intention of attuning yourself to your higher self, or maybe you can do both. Again, joy and happiness are the frequency of your DNA, your spiritual DNA, the essence of your energy body. It is a frequency that will bring more love into your life, more self-love, more self-acceptance, and self-forgiveness for whatever you feel like has been a misstep. And Spirit is saying you have to let go of the energy of turbulence, and you don't need to carry it around with you. Okay, so then we're moving on to card number 4, letting go, time for release. Next, and they already have mentioned how important release is because of what we have experienced. That whatever we've experienced, it's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. It's time to release ourselves. It's time to release ourselves from our prisons of self-condemnation. The prison of a lack of self-love, a lack of self-acceptance. It's time to release ourselves from the feeling that we must be punished. In the spiritual realm, there is no punishment. And so you're being encouraged not to punish yourself on the physical realm. You can learn from your misdeeds, errors, missteps, lack of judgment, poor judgment, anything that you feel like any missteps you feel like you've made. Spirit is saying you can learn from these without punishing yourself. Spirit is always available to offer higher wisdom and insight regarding anything that we've experienced in life. And they can present it to us in such a gentle way that we don't feel like we're being, slapped or judged or, punished. They can really things that, we won't share with anyone. We can bring it to Spirit, and they always have a beautiful, beautiful message for us in the highest energy, in the highest light. And because they don't speak to us in a harsh way, some of us feel like, oh, well, that can't be real. Because, don't they know what I've done? No, they do. Don't they know that I did X, Y, and Z, and this person thinks this of me, and, I did that? They're quite aware. But all they see is the pure love that you are, and they have no judgment on the actions and behaviors of your physical body or what you did while you're in the physical. But what they would like you to do is help you transform your experience of being in the physical so you can see the higher wisdom of anything and everything that you've done, especially the things that you're judging yourself harshly for. And Spirit is encouraging you to release self-judgment and self-condemnation from your spiritual reality. And I know, especially for those who may have grown up in religions where that is a tenet and a precept, Archangel Metatron is saying it no longer has to be that way. And I'm just seeing everything kind of shining in yellow. And yellow, remember, yellow also is the color of the sun, obviously, but also yellow is the color of illumination. And Spirit is saying they want you to illuminate your mind so that you can see the things that no longer serve you, so you can release them and let them go. Attune to your higher guidance. Know that you're entitled to joy and happiness. Know that you're entitled to rest, pause, and retreat. Know that letting go of your self-judgment and self-condemnation in no way means that you are not taking responsibility for what you have done. You can still take responsibility and hold yourself accountable without being harsh and judgmental of yourself. It is actually more loving and kinder to do it this way. It is time to release and let go. And embrace self-accountability in a kinder and gentler way. And understand that nothing that you have ever done in any way takes away from who you are as a spiritual being. And you are always worthy of your connection to spirit. What else would you like? What would you like to say about air? That when we release ourselves, we will fly free. That when we release ourselves, we will fly free. As like, what are they saying? As the magnetic beings that we are. This is card number 13, excuse me, 13, fly free. Okay. What would you like to say about flying free, Archangel Metatron? That in the truth of ourselves as energy beings, we can fly. We can move at the speed of light. Everything is instantaneous, but it's time to bring that frequency of freedom, of lightness into our earthly experience, that we deserve to fly free. We deserve to feel light in our spirit. We deserve to feel that we have wings and that we can fly above our problems and see things from a higher perspective, Spirit is saying. You can see things from a higher perspective and see the wisdom in your experience at all levels. And that from a higher perspective, you have learned something from all the things that you've considered mistakes, misdeeds, missteps. Ask to be shown the higher perspective so that you can receive that freedom, that guidance, and that insight. You deserve to feel light while you're in your physical body. It does not have to be a heavy experience. Spirit is saying when you raise your vibration, you will know true freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from self-condemnation, freedom from self-judgment. You will be in the vibration of total love for yourself. And again, total love does not mean that you don't take accountability, and it doesn't mean that you spiritually bypass, but you're able to see who you were in your past with more love, and you can give yourself grace now. You can give yourself grace, understanding, and empathy. You deserve empathy. You deserve empathy. We all deserve empathy because we are all magnificent souls on a very spectacular journey. And understand that when we elevate others and we say, oh, they're so this and they're so that, and I wish I could be like them one day. Remember that that magnificence you see in others is actually magnificence that's within yourself that you can have access to as well. Don't externalize your magnificence, Archangel Metatron is saying. Don't externalize your magnificence. Your magnificence lies inside of you. You can access it. You can cultivate it. You can refine it, and you can attune yourself to it. And know that you are loved. Anything else about this? Flying free. So they're just saying, Archangel Metatron is just saying you deserve to fly free and you deserve to be free. And you can experience freedom while you're in a physical body. Okay. Priorities, 52. Building blocks for life. Okay. So first thing they're saying is that when you go into the void to rest, retreat, and pause, when you access your frequency of joy and happiness, when you release yourself from self-condemnation and judgments, you will fly free, and then you'll be able to build new priorities. That you will have priorities that are more in alignment with who you are and your life. You will have priorities that are more in alignment with who you are and your life. What would you like to say about the building blocks for life, Archangel Metatron? Okay, so bringing my attention, I'm late to this because I'm obviously someplace else, that this building blocks for life have to do with your chakras. Okay, so we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, blue, another shade of blue, and then purple. And this is the 7 main chakras, right, of our energy body. So it's important to look at your priorities and see, and then you see how then we go into the stellar gateway chakra, and then we're surrounded by the angelic wings. So this is a beautiful, beautiful card. And know that we're surrounded. Know that we're surrounded by all types of energy and guidance to help us during these times. So what would you like to say about priorities, the building blocks for life? It's okay to center your priorities around your building blocks for your life, around your safety, your peace, your power, your creativity, your love, your voice, your intuition, and your spiritual connection. It is okay to give yourself permission to build the priorities of your life around those things: peace, harmony, safety, feeling safe in your body, having a calm nervous system. It's okay to find out what your priorities are and build your life around them. That is not selfish. It's actually attuning yourself to the higher realms and what you came here to do. So when you do all the things I previously mentioned, pause, rest, and retreat, connect to your code of joy and happiness, which is what you truly are, let go and release, you can feel like you're flying free. You'll receive new sense of freedom. You'll feel like a bird whose wings have now been released and set free. You'll feel your own expansion. And then that your life, what is Archangel Metatron saying? Your life will be built on a new foundation that was previously incomprehensible to you. It'll feel so fundamentally different. You will wonder, how did this even happen? Priorities where your needs, your joy, your peace, your safety are centered and validated, and it just feels good to be in your physical body. And that's one of the things that can help us with our physical experience, is about having it being based on our priorities, our personal physical priorities, the things that make us feel good. And this is not talking about the fact that you may have obligations to parents, to children, to spouses, to partners, to jobs, careers. But still, in that attunement and that refinement that Archangel Metatron has been having, we can refine ourselves so that all of those things can be in harmony with what we're doing and our priorities. And if things are not in alignment with these priorities that we're building, what can we do to release the things that are not in alignment with these priorities? And that's why we're getting the wings from the angels. They're saying, is to say that this can be a challenge, especially when it comes to obligations or emotional attachments to others. But Spirit is saying, This is why we call on Archangel Metatron. This is why we call on the angels, because they can help us prioritize things in our highest good. And if something needs to be released, they can help and guide us to do it so gently, and set boundaries with people gently. And help us, they're saying, also enforce our boundaries gently. What else would you like to say about priorities? They're saying, you know that you deserve to have a life centered on your peace, your calm, and your happiness. That is not selfish. That is actually how we have more peace in the world. Is about knowing when you're reactive, or when situations have the potential to bring about a reactivity, and dialing it down and learning how to do all the things to calm yourself so you don't live in that place. That is how you bring more peace to the world. But it's an individual job. It's not anything that can be done in mass because it's decreed or, told to be that way. So take a step back and look at really what serves you, and really begin to focus on the priorities of your life. Okay. Next card is 51, white, purity and innocence. Okay, I'm sorry if my face got dark here. I don't want everything to fall. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, it may dress this up. So purity and innocence. So what do you have to say about purity and innocence? When we release everything that no longer serves us, we can see our purity and innocence in the highest light. And we can see how pure and innocent we really are. And that as magnificent energy beings, we've always been pure and innocent, and self-condemnation and self-judgment no longer serves us. It has no role in who we are becoming and who we will be. You are magnificent. You are pure and you are innocent. The role you chose to play by coming into the third dimensional world does not take away from that. But it's important to raise your frequency so that you do not only see your physical experience and your physical reality. The higher dimensions await you, show you your true purity, innocence, and who you really are. And Archangel Metatron is asking us to please meditate on the concept of purity and innocence, and see what it has to say to us. Maybe do some journaling around it. Maybe speak to yourself around it. And you may have some resistance to these ideas, but if you have some resistance, write it down. Write down your resistance. Get to know it. And that resistance is a path to understanding what is within us that needs to be healed. And it is all part of the same energy matrix. As the resistance is as important as the purity and the innocence. And it's important to refocus on both, but not to ignore the resistance. When you're fighting resistance, it slows down and hampers and encumbers, Spirit is saying, the truth of who you really are. So embrace resistance as you also embrace your purity and your innocence. What else would you like to say about purity and innocence? You are the dove you have just forgotten. That's sweet. Remember, this is another card that has wings. Okay. Okay, karma. Number 28, untying the knots. And so what Archangel Metatron is saying, that many of us are moving into timelines when we're untying our karma. We're untying it, and we're disentangling ourselves from those energetic patterns that may have plagued us ancestrally for generations and across different lifetimes. We are in the energy and frequency of enlightenment and untying and undoing karma and breaking patterns. We're becoming more aware of what is our karma, patterns, repetitive cycles, and releasing and untying the ones that no longer serve us, that diminish us and make us feel small and no good, Spirit is saying. Releasing your karma, letting go, time for release. Releasing your karma is very important. Again, it is not about not taking accountability. It's about, but it's not like, oh, we have to just be with our karma forever. No, if you step into a higher frequency, we receive guidance on the patterns in ourselves that we've been repeating and how they're karmic and that we need to release them and let them go. Spirit is saying generational patterns and curses and vows of self-punishment have no place in the new frequency and vibration of ascension. And the reason Spirit is bringing up curses is that Spirit is saying, Archangel Metatron is saying that some of us, some of you, you come from families where you have cursed yourself. You've cursed yourself, and you've spoken ill over your lineages, especially our mothers and grandmothers and things like that, who were suffering under, oppression, gender-based oppression, things like that, and were overburdened and overworked and, overwhelmed, and they cursed their lineages. Spirit is saying that the curses were around self-punishment, feeling unfulfilled, feeling burdened, and feeling that you could never have any peace. So it's important that we become aware of our karma, our patterns, our generational cycles, and understand that we can untie them. We don't just have to carry them. They're not meant to be a punishment, but we can bring them into our awareness so they can be undone. What else would you like to say about karma? Karma is cyclical. They're patterns of behavior. But all patterns of behavior can be improved, up-leveled, Spirit is saying, and broken. Okay. So hold on a second again. Interesting. Well, so now, okay. Now I'm just checking to see if we're done with that. Then we're going to go pull a card from the Self-Mastery Oracle. Excuse me, not the Self-Mastery Oracle, the interactive cards. Anything else you'd like to say about karma, Archangel Metatron? It's important to attune ourselves with a desire to release our karma today so that we can begin working through it and becoming aware of it. Working through it was not the right word. Strike that. We can become aware of it so that we can begin to change and heal and create new, more harmonious patterns in our life. Attune yourself to the energy of becoming more aware of what your karmic patterns, cycles, and generational patterns are so that you can call on help and become more self-aware so that you can begin to release them. Anything else? Spirit is saying karma is not a bad word. We've just had some bad ideas about it. Okay. So now we're going to the interactive cards. Is there anything else, Spirit? Wrong? And Spirit is saying again that when we rest, that's another way to be contemplative and figure out what our karmic cycles are and generational patterns and curses. I'm getting definitely that it's our female lineages, because they were in so much distress. They have spoken ill over the bloodline. So that's good to know. I can definitely see how that could happen. Okay. Okay. Please show us the parts of ourselves that is missing in the shadow and needs to come into our awareness this week. Please show us the parts of ourselves that are missing in the shadow and needs to come into our awareness this week. Please show us. Please show us the parts of ourselves that are missing in the shadow and needs to come into our awareness this week. So please continue to breathe, attune yourself to your own energy, feel your energy lightly on your skin, feel your breath as you inhale and exhale, and know that you are loved and guided by the highest forces in the universe. Okay. This is so funny. Okay, so this card was at the bottom of the deck. And I was like, that's an interesting card. I wondered if I should take it. And I was like, no, I didn't take it, right? I said, oh, let me just go shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I shuffled those cards like 5 times. And then I hand shuffled them, hand over hand 5 times. And this card still came up. So this is our message, right? This is the part of ourselves that is missing and outside of our own awareness. It looks like it's time for us to do some cleanup in our life. It's time for us to do some cleanup around a lot of the false ideas, the old ideas, separate ourselves from addictions, separate ourselves from our electronics, things around our weights, separate ourselves from past ideas of who we are. If there's some of us who are looking in the mirror and like, oh, I dream of the days when things were a better way. That is an old idea that needs to be cleaned out as well. You're in the present moment, and that is where your power is. This is so interesting. Wow. Okay, so see that card here? Uh-oh. There we go. That person has on a hazmat suit and some type of suction, and it's sucking up all of everything that is in this person's life. And so that goes with the time to release, right? We have to release what no longer serves us. We have to release what no longer serves us. We're being called on to release what no longer serves us. And it's time to clean up our life. Mentally, emotionally, energetically, and physically, but physical is important. It is. But energetically is very, very, very important. Okay. So we're going to go to the book. I'm amazed that card came up again. The Spirit is always working. Okay. The void, retreat, rest, and pause. Let there be light. And with those words, creation sprang forth from darkness and propelled all of us on our eternal paths of discovery and enlightenment. You are now again at a time of great transformation and change, and this may require introspection, soul searching, and questioning regarding where you go from here. If you are feeling stuck, feeling bored, facing difficulty, in pain, or otherwise challenged, entering the void offers a chance to regroup, redefine, and co-create with the divine what is best for you, and it will serve you through this next stage of your life. Sometimes we voluntarily go into the void, and sometimes we are pushed by illness, burnout, grief, or loss, as well as other circumstances. Yet within the darkness, you can retreat and hibernate, feeling safe for a while as you search for deeper meaning and fulfillment, and allow a moment of pause before creation once more kicks in. Do not rush your time there, as so much can be revealed and learned that is not accessible to you at times other than the night. These can be rich days and weeks indeed. We call the first movement of a baby in the womb the quickening, and so too is it with you now. Feel and sense a quickening within yourself, a desire to begin anew, to stretch, to change, to become something else. So move further into the void, and as you do, you leave behind the old and what is known. The first steps in are the most difficult, as they require you to face your own darkness, that which has robbed you of joy, love, health, abundance, and hope. But as you step into the void, you feel Metatron's presence within the dark, and as you proceed deeper into its safe cocoon, knowing you are not alone. Within the void, there is light too, and you can truly face who you are and what you now need to deal with to heal, embrace, and feel. From that moment of sweet surrender, everything becomes possible. A creative dance of movement and flow and expansion once more. The sound and vibration of chanting Om at this time will connect you back to your own cosmic breath, your divine essence, so that you can reach once more for the light bursting forth to a new you. Your soul is a bright, sparkling ball of luminescent light. You can be anything you want to be. Choose any reality, any theme, any time, and any role to play. Consciously entering back into the void is to reach back into a rich landscape of potential dreams as well as unfulfilled desires and wishes. Don't fear the void. It is there to help you, not hinder, to heal, not hurt, to create, not diminish, and to make greater, not diminish. This experience of life. Metatron offers safe passage through its darkness back to the light, and all is well. And so just quietly say to yourself, I embrace the void. And take a deep breath. I embrace the void. And then we're moving on to card number 1. Joy and happiness. Card number 1 is linked to the sun, your source of light, heat, and life on this great earth. The masculine energy of the sun is strong. Feel the magnificence of the yellow healing ray penetrating deeply into your cells, lifting them and all parts of you to create joy and happiness and to see the beauty that is around you. Imagine your organs and every part of you smiling. How wonderful does that feel? To absorb the gifts and blessings of yellow is to allow the vibrations of happiness, joy, laughter, childhood innocence, play, and the sun as the life force of our world. We need the sun's warmth to keep us alive and to create growth and vitality. To turn away from the brightest shades of the color spectrum is to turn away and hide from life itself. Instead, look again at how this potent color may help you in your life right now. One of nature's 3 primary colors, yellow is a building block for so many other tones and shades, just as the sun is a primary source for so many areas of life. Let it lift your spirits and mood, reminding you of the perfection of a warm summer day. Imagine the scent of flowers in a garden, the height of a sunflower, the blossoming of nature's beauties, all made radiant by the sun. Know too that this image of the sun works directly on your solar plexus chakra to put you back into your power and a centered place. Take a moment to think about your core strength. Does it feel supported and strong or weak and vulnerable? If it needs a boost, visualize yellow rays lifting any heaviness or fear and bringing in pure source energy from the sun itself into the center of you. Tune into your stomach as well and see if it is happy with what it has been fed, both in terms of food and thoughts, all of which have to be digested here. Maybe there is a need for lighter, fresher food or brighter, positive affirmations. The yellow ray creates a path back to the positivity and well-being that is always available to you. Breathe in its beauty and light and let it bring you relief from all that is destructive or troublesome. The bee at the center of this card symbolizes the need to reach out to others and be sociable and appreciate what others can bring to our lives. Bees are creatures that swarm together and work together for the common good. So this is highlighted to you now as well. The sweet honey nectar they produce by pulling together represents the reward for their effort. Yellow also reminds us not to be so serious all the time, but to have a childlike curiosity for life's riches and not to fear life, but to find a place for doing what we love and being with those who make us content. The yellow ray is a reminder that after any storm we pass through in life that knocks us down and saddens us, the sun's energies can restore us back to our prolific best, happy in who we are and what we do. So just take a moment to breathe and say, I am joy and happiness. I am joy and happiness. And so let's go to card 4, letting go. Card number 4 links to the planet Uranus and the nature of change and adapting to unexpected things. Its influence helps support whatever you are going through right now, or it may be that you somehow sense a change is in the air and you feel that change is coming soon. Letting go is appropriate for you now. You are asked, what do you hold on? Why do you hold on so tight and so hard to someone or something that has had its time? Look at your hands. Are they clenched? Is your breath shallow and your body tight from trying so hard and persevering for so long? You may have been trying to control or change something that wasn't meant to adapt to or be part of this next stage of your life. Instead, look at yourself and what is vibrationally right for you now. Learn to be flexible, yielding, and able to let go. The time is now here. Letting go may also apply to mindset, behaviors, or addictions. Truly, anything that makes you feel heavy or troubled that is not serving you. Your attention is brought to this now. Archangel Metatron is here to help you realize that change happens all around us every day, that nothing can ever stay the same. There's a time and a season for everything. Maybe you have enjoyed or savored what you are now being asked to let go of. Know that there is a reason for every experience we have in life. Every person we meet, we learn and grow from it all. Like the tree that knows when a new season approaches, you're asked to prepare now for the change that is coming. Nature is our best teacher. The leaves that fall from the tree know that this happens to protect the life force of the tree so that new buds can appear again after the leaves have been fertilized back into the soil. Nothing is lost, nothing is wasted. It is nature's way and our way of recycling and renewing for the next period of growth that wants to appear. Know too that letting go can be gentle, like a soft breeze answering your soul's calling to adapt and move on. Or it can be more forced, like a storm that appears that wasn't prepared for and seems needlessly harsh. Let go with grace and gentleness. Do what you already know you have to do, but realize that you're not being asked to do it alone. Archangel Metatron is with you, supporting you. Also be aware of the bountiful gifts that await you in your future when you close this door and so another can open. Choosing this card may also imply that you are being carried by Archangel Metatron through a period of grief. Maybe you have lost a loved one, a person dear to you, or a pet. Maybe a change of circumstances has left you bereft, a relationship breakup, or an empty nest. Knowing that the angels are with you now, bringing comfort and watching over you from afar. Be brave, breathe deep, and let go of what no longer serves you today. And just take a nice long inhale and exhale and just say to yourself, I let go of what no longer serves me today. I let go of what no longer serves me today. And now we move to card 13, air. Fly free. Breathe in the air today and really feel it expanding your lungs. With every breath in and out, you're given the chance to renew and replenish your body, getting rid of old, stale energy within and accessing deep breaths of pure air. Open windows to renew the air you breathe in your homes and offices, particularly if there have been arguments, illness, or stress of any description. The air elements will come in to clear, transmute, and purify all spaces that need your attention. They can get into every corner and place that needs their light, fluid energy. Maybe too, you have been feeling heavy or weighed down by the pressure and stress of life. You are reminded of the benefits of getting out into the fresh air to bring color to your cheeks and new energy to your body and to enjoy the natural sunlight available even on the cloudiest days. So often, we get bogged down by daily life, yet you should find time today to spend a moment outside. Lie down in the soft grass or climb a hill to look up into the skies as you did as a child. Nothing to do but watch the clouds drift by, changing shape as they float freely in the sky. You do have time for this. Give yourself permission to connect fully with the element of air, which is so vital for wellness and for life itself. Looking at the cloud designs the angels weave in the sky for you, the smiling face, the dragon's tail, the angel wing. Many spiritual messages are given this way if you only look up to see them. Notice the birds flying freely with grace and speed, riding the currents of the airs as the dolphin rides the waves of the ocean. The call of the seagull over the sea, reminding you of beaches, hot sunny days, and holiday time is healing also. Watch how the birds soar upward, reminding you that you can do this too. Don't limit the height of your ambitions and dreams. There is no ceiling other than that which you impose on yourself. Set your sights higher and further and feel free to do so. Connecting to the air element also helps gain a bird's eye view on life and new perspectives and avenues that were hidden before. Like I said, sometimes all that is needed is a fresh look at situations that seem impossible. With the help of air, combined with the power of the mind and heart, real breakthroughs can happen. The octahedron depicted on the card is a sacred shape linking to the element of air, and it helps us to integrate air into our hearts and to heal that which feels constricted or blocked. This may be feelings that have been pushed aside and the need to be brought out into the air for release and healing or manifestation. Breathe, release, fly, soar. The element of the air offers you much. Take its gifts freely given to you now and appreciate all this element brings. And so just quietly say to yourself, I embrace the element of air now. I embrace the element of air now. It's been 52. This is a long one, guys. Thank you for sticking with me if you made it this far. Okay. Priorities. Building blocks for life. The angels have heard your call for help and are here offering their support, assistance, and time. Metatron brings your attention today to your priorities. Maybe that they are unbalanced. Maybe you have spent too long on one thing at the expense of another, or maybe you have spread yourself too thin by overcommitting and running yourself ragged. Stop for a moment and think about what is really important right now. What needs doing today? What can wait until tomorrow? Just as Archangel Metatron has many angelic helpers, you are reminded to allow others around you to help you build whatever you wish for. Build a network of those you can trust, friends, family, acquaintances, those who share your vision regarding whatever you wish to be or bring to this earth. Whatever you want in your life is being protected and held in place by Metatron's radiant wings. You are asked to focus on the rainbow pyramid at the center of his wings. The pyramid is a symbol of stability and balance. You need a strong foundation underneath you in terms of people, resources, and energy to facilitate the growth in your life that you are seeking right now. You cannot grow upward, whether in spiritual or material terms, without first having taken care of life's necessities. The red energy at the base of the pyramid is the energy of survival. Build from a strong foundation of security and well-being. So often we seek spiritual enlightenment in some far-off place or dimension, yet spirit is in earthly tasks too, caring for children and pets, cleaning houses, washing clothes. You cannot go upward, whether in spiritual or material terms, without first having taken care of life's necessities and demands. These are life's building blocks. You cannot truly find peace if you haven't taken care of what needs your attention first. There will be times when you need to ask for help, both from angelic support and earthly friends. You know you don't need to battle alone to create anything worthwhile. Takes many forms of energy and many skills and talents. You may need to reach out, learn something new, delegate, or employ others to help. Or you may need time alone, knowing the home fires are still burning. Remember that life is a rich tapestry of many colors. Make time for everything that brings you joy and happiness, whether that be exercise, reading a book, meditation, or travel, etc. There is time to try it all, but not without prioritizing your time to create something beautiful in your life. You need to assess the order in which things need to be done. This card also asks you to look at where you give away your time, your energy, and your attention. Today, look at what is important and what isn't. And then from that wise and considered place, everything will start to flow. And then take a nice long inhale and exhale and just say, I build new priorities today. I build new priorities today. And then we move to 51, white, purity and innocence. The white ray calls you, asking you to put down whatever troubles you, and to be soothed in your neutral embrace. No harsh colors or tones here, just pure white to fall back into and feel its purity and innocence. On a bed of soft downy angel wings, here within the whiteness, you can reset your dial. If you've been stressed, you can relax. If you've been disappointed, you can recharge. If you've been overstimulated, you can rest. Within white's safe ray, you return to a 0 point, the starting line, the blank page. Maybe this is a time for erasing mistakes. You may have messed up or just overcomplicated something or become so confused you can no longer see the truth. You may just need to stop and do nothing to give yourself permission to just be rather than do. Because this is how spirit will communicate through us when we pause and rest and kind of reassess things. Soft whiteness brings tranquility and grace, offering sanctuary to you now. Instant relief to all parts of you. White is a balm to a troubled soul. It is a place to rest and revitalize. It cleanses everything away so that once again, you can feel and see your own diamond light within, polished through every experience you've been through and every lesson learned and bestowed. Every lesson learned and gift bestowed. It returns you to a state of innocence that the soul needs in sometimes harsh world. Yet, you are white diamond light in a world that needs to be reminded of innocence, purity, and love. Your wings dusted with white, snowy light show that you can weather any storm and are there to serve you. Allow yourself to retreat into your own wings. Let them enfold you in white's embrace. Feel the clear quartz clarity that comes from breathing in this purified air, and unfurl your wings when ready to begin again, launching forth once more, restored and new. From the white stillness, every other color is birthed and able to be reflected. You may seek another color now that you have connected for a while with the white in all of her glory. Thank you for your service toward the light. Thank you for all that you are and all that you do. You are white light within a human's body with wings that expand at every moment you allow love to flow through them. White brings purity and grace to you now. So let me repeat. Thank you for your service towards the light. Thank you for all that you are and all that you do. You are white light within a human body with wings that expand at every moment you allow love to flow through them. White brings purity and grace to you now. Stop and enjoy its beauty and the still point of silence. So let's just breathe and say to yourself, I embrace my purity and innocence. I embrace my purity and innocence. And then we're going to move on to card number 28, which is karma. This is a bit of a long one, folks, so stick with me. Untying knots. Drawing this card implies that what you inquire about is linked into a karmic energy, which may be why things are particularly challenging right now. We are all at times now where karma is being worked through faster than ever before. Also, some karmic contracts are ending but need to be finished with good grace. Each aspect of karma needs to be respected and worked through till its end, and God alone decides when it is done. You are reminded that everything in life has a consequence. The good deeds you do will return to you tenfold if done with a loving heart. And likewise, any action that causes pain or detriment to another also comes back to you, this time as a debt to be repaid. There is no escaping the laws of karma, whether you are rich or poor, wherever you were born in the world, all are treated equal. What goes around comes around. It may be that you're facing difficulty in life right now with someone or something. Karmic contracts are played out every day. However, the wise one guided by Metatron knows when to recognize such connections and also understanding the meaning and higher learning behind any given karmic contract you're working through. Lessons such as compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, patience, and humility may be being asked of you now. Are you the one being asked to repay? In this case, the lessons may continue until the teaching has completed and the balance is restored at a soul level. Or are you the one receiving karmic blessings? This too can be hard to accept if someone has closed their heart to receiving such gifts, not realizing it may be the result of many lifetimes of service to the light, and this is what you now have earned, so enjoy it. The endless knot depicted in the image on this card shows how we get tied up by past life situations in this incarnation, and how walking the symbolic labyrinth in our own mind brings us peace. There is no escaping ourselves, what we have done, who we have been, and how we are now. All aspects play a part in helping us to learn and to grow in understanding towards all aspects play a part in helping us to learn and to grow in understanding toward members of our soul group and ourselves. The karmic knot set against Metatron's indigo galactic backdrop helps us remember that our behavior, actions, and deeds in every moment are important. They define not just our present experience, but our future life. Be mindful at all times so you reap a good tomorrow. Using this symbol while calling in Archangel Metatron's energy can also be used to request karmic release, where debts feel paid and have been worked on by yourself. You cannot request it for another. This request will only be granted if earned, however. Focusing on it as a symbol of light gifted by Metatron also helps you gain understanding, insight, and guidance with regard to any karmic situation. Ask for any knot of twisted energy within yourself to be softened with celestial blue energy to bring healing where it is needed. Just as the knot itself has no beginning and no end, it represents that energy simply transforms from one state of being to another. So just take a nice breath and breathe in the knowledge that I am undoing my karmic knots. I am undoing my karmic knots. And just allow that to sit with you. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and ask for an angel number from the oracle cards. See what they have for us. These cards are not as broken in yet, but we will do our best. So I hope everyone is at peace, and this message has brought some relaxation and healing to your mind and your body and your spirit, and you're really connecting with this beautiful message Archangel Metatron, higher self, all those in the celestial pantheon have brought forward for us. Angels, one number to guide us for the week. One number to guide us for the week. One number to guide us. Okay. Thank you, angels. 0808. Swift action. Wealth, empathy, promises, commitment, affection, inner strength, auspicious outcomes. You will enter a time of expansion, so begin taking steps towards achieving your ultimate objective immediately. Finances will miraculously improve. Oh, and somebody has their mind set on you. 0808. That is the angel message. And then the last card we'll pull will be from Kyle Gray's Archangel Oracle. Let's see what one of the archangels have to say to us. So remember, we're being called to go into the void, to not fight it, to embrace the joy and happiness of who we truly are, to let go and release so we can experience more joy and happiness and rest. We'll feel freer from doing this. We'll realign our priorities. We'll be reconnected with our innocence and our purity. And we'll begin to undo karmic knots. Archangels. Metatron. Please give us a message that you would have us have for you today. Please give us a message that you would have us have as we close out this reading for the week. Who do we have? Raziel, the inner workings. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. So let's see what he has to say to us. Nope. Oh, man. Raziel's name means secrets of God, and he is the angel who governs all the sacred laws and workings of the universe. This incredible angelic being is dedicated to those who want to live with purpose and leave a legacy of healing on the earth. If you're someone who feels that there are unseen spiritual laws governing your life, or you want to have a deeper, more personal understanding of God, the universe, and all things spiritual, Raziel is the angelic guide who can help us take that deep soul dive. Your spiritual gifts and talents are beginning to blossom. But in order for your life to come into greater alignment, it's important for you to dig below the surface. This is a time to uncover truth, knowledge, and anything else that is being hidden from sight, including your own life. Angels want you to understand that spiritual work isn't just about learning or reading. It's also about internal excavation, where you begin to see all that you have faced, learned, and overcome is part of a greater unfolding that allows you to live with meaning and purpose. Let me say this again. Angels want you to understand that spiritual work isn't just about learning or reading. It's also about a deep internal excavation where you begin to see that all you have faced, learned, and overcome is part of a greater unfolding that allows you to live with meaning and purpose. This isn't a time for you to hold back. Lean into your gifts with confidence, knowing they're taking you towards an even more aligned experience on earth. If you're feeling any resistance at this time, it shows that you want to make a difference and are concerned about doing things right. This awareness is what will lead you to greater knowledge and the expression of the talents that will help you to heal others. So that's the gift from the angels for you, that if you have talents and abilities, to call on Raziel, and he will help you to work through them and gain confidence in them. In the path of healing, there's multiple things we can do to help ourselves. One is to deal with the hurts, mistakes, deal with our own mind so that we can have a new and fresh perspective, so that we can call on the angels, call on our guides, call on Archangel Metatron, call on Archangel Raziel, so that we can really step into the light and the power of who we truly are. So my name is Sonia Ross. I'm a spiritual psychotherapist. I'm an intuitive messenger, and I am an author. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, feelings, how you took all of this. And if you're coming back from other times you've been here with me, I really appreciate it. I appreciate those who keep coming back and letting me know that this is adding some bringing some healing to their life. That means so much to me. And I am very, very grateful. So my information will be in the description box below if you're interested in getting an intuitive healing session. Otherwise, I will see you with God's grace next week. Peace.